Samuel Kujato Ablakwa is here. He's the anti-corruption crusader. This is Bryn Acheampong. Okay, so this is what I was going to say. Look at Bryn Acheampong. Viewers, look at Bryn Acheampong. And you know the Senate issue that has come up. Fair enough. So it's an issue that we need to discuss. Yes. Bryn was given one of the biggest contracts at the Ministry of Finance, given to him, the same person, Bryn Acheampong, by Seth Tekper and John Dramani Mahama. Go and check. Anybody who says I'm lying, go and check. Joy FM, check. What contract did Seth Tekper give to, there's a story here. Apreku, God will bless you. There's a story here. How NDC awarded, what's the date of the story? I can't see it on the thing, but check the date for me. How NDC awarded juicy multi-million payroll software contract to Bryn Acheampong under Mahama. Bryn Acheampong, the same Bryn Acheampong. NDC people, Ablakwa, check. At that time, in 2014, Bryn Acheampong was not in parliament. He was not a member of parliament. He was not a politician. He was a service provider in IT systems, and the government of John Dramani Mahama awarded his company the biggest payroll contract, running into millions of dollars of fees for his company. Millions of dollars of fees for his company. The same Bryn Acheampong. These are the things Okudzeto Ablakwa will not tell you. My junior brother Okudzeto Ablakwa. These are the things he will not tell you, because he's trying to paint a picture of a scandal. Now, Bryn Acheampong here was awarded the biggest contract in 2014, signed by Seth Tekper and John Dramani Mahama. They didn't award it because they wanted to be corrupt with him. They awarded it. Seth Tekper and John Mahama were being altruistic. They awarded it because they thought and believed that Bryn's company had the best wherewithal to deliver the service. That service, the fees thereof, ran into millions of dollars for Bryn's company. This is what Ablakwa will not tell you. Now on Thursday, we are coming to say all. And then we will look at Bryn Acheampong's profile and then check whether he is able to do the things that he's doing. We'll compare it to Inu Safuseni's profile before politics and check whether he's able to have $8 million to buy properties in Dubai. And then we will ask Sami Ablakwa that between Inu Safuseni, whose profile was a teacher, a very decent teacher, and a member of parliament, was able to acquire $8 million of property in Dubai. That's not a scandal. That's not corruption. That's fine. But Bryn Acheampong, who became wealthy because John Mahama and Seth Tekper awarded him a contract that ran into millions of dollars of fees for his company, converts the money into real estate, builds a hotel in Nkoko that has 1,000 rooms, and now bids to take over Senate hotels, whether that rather is corruption. This is how it is. The pot can sometimes call the kettle black. The pot, it can sometimes call the kettle black. Don't go anywhere. Thursday, because we've run out of time, we have to do the first story. The lawyer is here. Thursday, we are going to fire on all cylinders on this matter. We'll bring you the nitty-gritty details of the letters that Seth Tekper wrote in support of Bryn Acheampong's bid to manage the payroll enterprise. Bryn Acheampong continued to manage it well into the MPP administration, because the contract that was awarded to him was a contract that transcended John Mahama's administration, ending sometime in 2020 from 2014. John Dramani Mahama and Seth Tekper, they were aware that Bryn Acheampong was an MPP sympathizer. They were clearly aware. It even came up in some of the documentation. But the bid at the tender that was presented to the two men, they could not resist it. Ablakwa will not tell you that. He will tell you that Senate have given Bryn Acheampong something, and Senate said that Bryn Acheampong's bid was irresistible. John Mahama and Seth Tekper had the same experience. Why don't we check what is it about this young man that his bid is irresistible to NDC and his bid is irresistible to NPP, and see whether we can grow young men like this so that we can have 25 Bryn Acheampongs in Ghana. That way, Ghana will progress. Let me just say a little bit about Bryn Acheampong. You say that the Teshi thing is, now let me come to the story. I have to give you that, the South Africa story with Samson Ladi Ayinini. So we sat in the awards service for awards night event in Cape Town, South Africa, for DSTV, myself and Samson Ladi, we were invited by Multi-Choice Ghana. So we were with the Multi-Choice boss, Richard Dako. He sat next to us. And I think it's Terry Dako, rather. Forgive me, which is Richard, which is Terry. I think it's Terry. Okay, so the award, they announced that this award, the best award for the night goes to Ugandan journalist. He came. What is the story? The story that he used to win the award is entitled Acra, the city that turned its back on the sea. That's the story that he used to win. Maybe if you Google it, to come. Acra, the city that turned its back on the sea. So, you know when you win the top award, they interview you. So, during the interview, they said, but where is this story coming from? He said, I don't understand Ghana people. I've been there. Anytime Ghanaians want to build a hotel, they take it from along the coast. They have a beautiful long coast stretching from the Volta region to the end of the western region. Ghana has one of the longest coastlines in West Africa, of course, Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire. But across the world, countries that don't have coast, Ghana has a beautiful coastline. And he says that when they want to, instead of developing the coast so they can rake is the word he used, rake money from tourism, they take all their hotels into the city. They have recently built a new one, Moving Peak. It's gone inside. They only have Labaji Beach Hotel dotted there, 1B, and then La Palm dotted there, small B, and then all the other hotels are Marriott's. They are all inside the town. It's choked with traffic, and there's no water there. It's not waterfront and all of that. I sat down with Samson Ladi, our arms were folded, and we were completely embarrassed. From that time, I started thinking, and I live on the coastline. Those of you live in Accra, you know where I live. So I drive there all the time, and I'm looking at it. And I'm looking at the military range. When I was a small boy, I used to look at my father's photographs when he was in military academy. And black and white photographs they were. And there was a swimming place there. It is tomorrow, if you are passing the check. You see the thing that they stand on and jump and swim? The structure is still there. The water is not there. I have photographs of my late father when he was in military academy in the 1960s, standing there and jumping as an officer cadet, training how to swim. The water is no longer there. The thing is still standing there. The military range has been there from 1950-something. This is the area I'm talking about. All the green thing there is just there. Bendoche Malon is unhappy that the military range has been given to somebody. The conversation I wanted us to have today is that when you go to London, where Bendoche Malon has lived, and New York, and you see the skyscrapers, do you say that our children should never grow to see a coastline of skyscrapers? Is that what the NDC people are telling us? That we should leave the sky? I'm not concerned about having a discussion on the land and who owns it. But is it that once any land is sold, it is wrong? State grabbing it. What kind of development is the political party offering to us? Our children should never grow up and see the kind of skyscrapers in Johannesburg. They should never grow up and see the kind of skyscrapers in New York, in Austria, in Paris, and in London. They should always travel to go and see it. They should only go to Dubai to see a coastline of skyscrapers. What is wrong with us? Is it always the problem about the person that somebody has made money? If somebody makes money, what is your problem about that? That Zoom Lion is too rich. What is the meaning of too rich? Today, the Lagos State has awarded Zoom Lion a contract. Go and tell Manasseh Azuri, who wanted Zoom Lion collapse in 2017. Go and tell him that today, the Lagos State government, they have offered Zoom Lion Lagos that he should work on it and clean it. How did they know? They saw his work in Ghana. Manasseh Azuri said that the Zoom Lion company should be closed so that he will be happy, and then he would have been happy. We fought hard that the Zoom Lion company will not be closed. Look at the progress of Zoom Lion globally since 2017. Go to the Scandinavian countries and listen to the story of Zoom Lion. We have developed a giant in Ghana. Recently, a company in Ghana was looking for money. No bank will give it to them because Ghana is an IMF. Zoom Lion's bank gave it to them because he's Ghanaian. Bryn Acheampong, if he has a bank tomorrow and a Ghanaian company wants money, he'll give it to them. What is this behavior that every time? I'm so disappointed with Bendoche Malon. Terribly disappointed. And on Thursday, I'll tell you the conversation he had with me at Moving Peak after he had been removed from the John Mahama Jubilee House by Standogwe. I'll tell you and tell him that I have announced that I will tell the general public the story he told me at Moving Peak. After he had been thrown out by Standogwe, what he told me. How can you, because of politics, a senior journalist, proper journalist like that, you lived in London, you saw it, and then you say that military range has been given, and that's all he says. So MPP is bad, so vote against them. Military range should remain military range from the time my grandfather was in military till today. Our children shouldn't see skyscrapers on it. Look at Labadi Beach Hotel. Since it was built, Who works there? Is it not Ghanaians? All of us go there. Maybe you are in Kumasi, so you don't go there, but you go to Golden Tulip in Kumasi. What is this behavior? This is the behavior that I'm launching an attack against on Thursday. That Ghanaians should stop this behavior. That it is Bryn Acheampong is not the question. Whether he got it legally, whether he got it correctly, whether the processes were obeyed is the question. That it is Paul Adom-Otchere is not the question. That it is Seth Tekper is not the question. That it is John Mahama is not the question. That it is Ibrahim Mahama is not the question. The question is whether they got it legitimately, whether the processes were obeyed. But here, because of politics, Ablakwa wants us to feel that the issue is Bryn Acheampong. When John Mahama and Seth Tekper were giving Bryn Acheampong the payroll, Ablakwa was a deputy minister of education. He saw it. But today, he pretends it didn't happen. Thursday, we'll come to the story.